Just little over a month ago, Antonio Conte was dismissed as Tottenham manager. That came after a post-match press conference at Southampton after a 3-3 draw. He called out the players, he called out Levy, everyone under the sun. He didn't actually blame himself, however, and that led to his dismissal. He was sacked just days later, going into the international break, and now he's still without a job. So today we're going to be rebuilding old Conte, the big celebrator. I loved him in his time at Chelsea, but just hasn't turned out the same at Tottenham. Does that remind you of someone? If you don't know how this goes, we try and win the Champions League with the manager that we're controlling. We can only make 3 signings when we're in the division below, the top division of that country. And speaking of, we've got to get him a club. I think the only good thing to do is take him back to Italy, where it all began, and he had some good success in Turin, so we'll take him back to Turin, but with Torino, not with the old lady Juventus. He's going to be settling for a mid-table Torino side as it is, and this definitely wasn't swayed by the fact I have the kit on. It is a bit of a step down for a man who's had really good jobs in the past. But hey, he's just been at Tottenham, and now Conte is back in his home country. Safe to say I'm full of cold salt at the moment, so if you still manage to enjoy this video, why not give a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the race to 15k, and we just hit 13. Thank you very much. I do only expect a mid-table from Conte, though, in the Coppa Italia round of 16, youth development, brand exposure, signing players, and making profit. All big challenges. And I don't think we're going to be playing this formation that we've got lined up right now. Going to try and get a Conte one going. This is more like it. The only thing is we haven't got out-and-out wingers. We've got Miranchuk and Vasilik on loan. We definitely need another keeper. Milenkovic-Savic's brother will not really cope. And probably a centre-back. A lot of signings to do. Before we check the finances, though, Lee Marino looks a very decent player to promote to the first team. He's one of the wingers, as 25 million's not much. It's not much at all. A lot of loanees around this club as well. Some in, some out, some shake it all about. So we need to make signings, and we're going to start off with a huge veteran. I said we needed the keeper replacing. Welcome, Gianluigi Buffon. He is back in the top division for less than $1 million. We are trying to save money, as he is followed straight through the doors by another midfielder this time. Nicolo Fagioli from Juventus, of course, played under Conte before. I'm pretty sure. Serie A, not my strong point. But speaking of strong, Caio Jorge, now Juventus, another Juventus player joining up with Conte. That's it. 2 of them already in the first team in Buffon and Fagioli. Caio Jorge still on the bench. Is this team good enough to run in this season? We start this season with a rough game as well. Napoli, but we are at home. A Conte-fueled team, though, should be good enough. A draw we will take with the league. I think victors, really, in real life. And how is Conte doing halfway through? Oh! Wow, magnifico. He has Torino fighting for European football. 6th position in Serie A. Imagine if we got in the Champions League season number 1 and we won it. I'd go mental. And 8 million in the budget, so I'm not expecting anything big. No, we failed in all those transfers that we wanted, but so many players getting thrown in the rumour mill. And the huge thumbs up have gone down a little bit. Yep, just like us. 7th place, which unfortunately here in Italy, I think writes us out of everything. I'm probably banking on that. The top 4 will be Champions League, then a Europa, then a Conference. Maybe I'm incorrect. I'm not too sure. As Inter win the Coppa Italia, where did we go out here? We were out to Cosenza in round 2. And that is all we can really look at. The only thing left to do, as always, is round up who our best players were. Miranchuk, who's a loanee, and Vasilik, 2 loanees actually coming out on top. Now, I like to spend seasons with the first team I manage, but it seems like an impossible task, actually managing Torino next year. Sanabria doing well, Verdi, Pierre Schurz, but honestly, it looks like a poison chalice. So this year, they won European competition already. That's going to be hard. They are actually expecting a final because we're in the Conference League. Brilliant stuff. Time 1 young player. We failed all the youth development and then just making profit with 33 million in the bank. That's not much added on, considering we're in the Europa Conference. Maybe I've been a bit too harsh because the team actually looks good enough. I mean, everyone's gone up in ratings. Buffon hasn't gone down. He's got the captaincy. Warming is the only player that needs replacing, and our bench is still extremely weak. Oh, actually, scrounging about, we found some decent enough players for the bench, and of course, Vojvoda for the wing, who's probably going to come back onto the bench when we sign this big winger. Never mind, because I was going to sign Jeremy Doku, and he pulled out before I could even see the message. Our second option ain't bad though, in Cancellieri, coming over to Turin to play for Torino. He spent his loan days, I can't remember where at, maybe Lazio? But he's here now. We're still going with this Conte-built team. I think it actually looks quite wonderful now. I do like the forward three and the back line. Definitely getting stronger at the right-hand side. First game, newly promoted Palermo, rich in history. But are they rich enough to get 3 points? The answer shall be no, but it is only a draw. Cancellieri with a debut goal. Not good enough for Conte, though. I still trust the lads that we've got already as our group. Santa Clara, LASK, Farul. It's harder than expected for the Conference League, but still. Let's dance through this. Halfway through, though. 6th position in the league, but the thumbs down tells me we might not have done well in Europe. And I still don't believe that Buffon is still going. Hopefully he's done well in Europe. Still yet to check. We finished in the grand position of 4th. That is embarrassment. What has happened to you, Antonio? You look sad. I'd be sad too if I've just worked at Tottenham, come to Torino, thought I'd revive my career, then crumbled. We will try and respond, strengthening our midfield with Coberlane Coindredi. We do need to get into Europe again, of course. Can't forget that. He's a very good, talented young player. We want some players we can sell on as well in the future, because we signed an oldie in Buffon, oldie in Rodriguez right there. Just steady the ship, get the league form going, forget about the conference. Just gone ahead and done something big as well. I've recalled Marino. Please have an impact this season. And is Conte's time at Torino over? It looks very, very slim. Juventus have won the Coppa Italia. That saves me checking. Oh no, it's actually the Serie A. We finished 7th. It's one place down from, what, were it halfway through the season? It's exactly the same result as last season. 6th to 7th halfway through. Very, very good. Very good from Torino. Being best of the rest is harsh, but I think what we deserve at this moment in time, and we're getting, as Inter win the Coppa Italia. Got to consider we didn't have last year's loans, as Sanabria steps up. 21 goals, 10 assists from our striker. Then Cancellieri with 14 and 5. 8 and 9 from Careermode. Solid season. I'm actually worried for the survival in the management job. They want us to win the Conference League. That's got to be done. Europa qualifying again, reach the quarterfinals. Young players, crucial players, everything flying in. With 42 million as the budget, it is going up. So in order to win a cup, what do you need? A strong backline, especially if you're Conte. And who else but Bono? What a signing. From Sevilla, he's old. I think it was under 20 million. Bargain hunting. Alongside him is Giorgio Scalvini. What an excellent Bono young squad we're building up here. I thought we had more money than £8 million at the moment. I have just spent money on scouts and I've got contracts still to do, granted. That should get us through the first half of the season, shouldn't it? Team seems to be alright after beating Empoli 3-1. And that, my friends, is the whole window entirely wrapped up. Let's hope we don't have the likes of Santa Clara again. We've got Genk, Rostenburg, and Verakovsarori. I can't say names, footballers of teams, but I do know from my football understanding that it's a harder group on paper than the last one. Ooh, and a green star. That is actually very promising. 4th. Champions League football with Torino. From potential sacking to success. What a team. Marino's unhappy. I'm guessing it's not playing him. And the only bad thing, really, Buffon is retiring at the end of the year. And this time it is progression through. Not as good as Genk, though. Absolutely dominating this league. They're going to be a challenge if we're going to win it. Rostenburg and Fede out. I'll see you guys if we make the semi-finals. That's where I go up to, as Midtjylland is who we have in the round of 16. And we are through to the semis, judging by the graphics, with a Serie A manager of the month. So we're doing well in both. We have Leicester City, it seems. So we are going to simulate both these legs. I'm excited. Minor panic as the first leg. A 2-1 win, Cancellieri. But it's not to be in the second leg for Fana. Don't tell me that's Wesley. Do not tell me he's gone back. And Skamaka. No Conference League final. I was gonna say that put us under pressure, but we get Champions League football, beating Juventus' ex-side and Inter, two of Conte's ex-sides, to the Champions League. Roma won the league, and to be fair, we were only 5 points behind them. We could have done it. Coppa Italia won by Napoli. It's now a good time to explore browsing jobs. I probably think yes. The only thing is, though, the jobs that are coming up are actually teams that finish below us, like Inter. I can't see me going to AC, or Fiorentina, Roma, Lazio, Napoli. So it's really just Inter, but they're not in the Champions League, and we are. So yes, we're staying at Torino for another season. I think it will only be one. This team is just so much talent in it. It's capable of so much more. 86 million given to Conte, so the board are putting all the faith in one. What do they expect? Let's have a look closer, shall we? A Champions League place again. I think the only thing now is getting a few more experienced players for this Champions League push. As we bring, where is his face? There it is, Arthur. Yes, another one from Juventus. And guess what? Welcome back to the man who kind of betrayed the club. Not really, though, but he's back as a backup striker. It is Andrea Bellotti. Comes back to Torino for a one last dance. Bienvenido, Arthur, and bienvenido to Bellotti. He's sat on the bench at the moment. That team, though, that's actually a one that can push for a Champions League. In the meantime, as well, it's worth saying our players being scouted left, right, and centre. That is, Vojvoda leaving to PSV Eindhoven. And this first game of the season has to go to plan to show how good we are. There we go. Beating Sassuolo, Caramo, and Cantonieri. I absolutely love the team and group of players we've got. One thing I don't love, though, is the group that we have here with Arsenal, Leipzig, and Galatasaray. We're out straight away. Let's be real. We're out straight away. Oh, my. In the table this year, we're 11th place, as Conte got his mind on a move away. He's through in the Champions League, though. Real Madrid to host as we finish second. Oh, Arsenal fans, you lost by a goal. A goal. The only thing that's concerning me is that league position, though. I think the players must be happy. Yeah, they're all really happy, apart from the bench ones, which is understandable. I don't get that. And this is controversial. Inter Milan offering us the job, the ex-team of Conte, who are top of the league. So it's like a jump away from Torino, who he's managed all this time, but I don't know. I think it's a job that Conte has to take. He will return home. I apologise to those fans of Torino, but here he goes. He's walking in, well, recognisable surroundings. Home again. And that, of course, requires the Torino kit coming off. I thought it was bad to wear it. This is the team that we've inherited. Very strong. We've got some weird players as well here. We've got Muller, we've got Troy Parrott, and Konza. But the biggest thing for me, Brahim Diaz. Isn't he an Inter player? I mean, I don't care that much. He's going in my team with this being it. We've got Jota, Pino, and Lautaro Martinez as our front three. That's Champions League worthy. And when I said we were going to win the league, that is how it stands. A game in hand, 1 defeat, 6 points clear of Napoli. The only thing is, the expectations are going to be worse. Want us to win the conference. We're in the Conference League. No wonder the first manager got sacked. Then again, the manager before this was top of the league and he got sacked for going out of Europa. Oh, wait, no, we were actually in the Conference League from the start. Concerning. Fenerbahce, bottom of that group, is even more concerning, though. And as expected, we're through to the semi-finals. Royal Antwerp. Not a walkover, however. Shown by our 2-2 first leg draw. Back to the San Siro with them having everything really to play for. Royal Antwerp in the final. That was slightly embarrassing, boys. But what isn't embarrassing is the league win. Juventus 5 points behind. He's come back to Inter with a bang, Conte, and he's won himself the trophy. The Serie A title trophy. Of course, gives us Champions League football. And Torino, my friends, have won the Coppa Italia. I feel good for them. They'd probably rub it in Conte's face that they've won that because, of course, we ditched them. But well in. Well in. Can I still kind of take credit for that? I'm not going to. As there is Lautaro Martinez scoring 31, Jota 25, Brel 21, Pino double figures. Good enough from me. Or not me, but them. Contracts just to sign. And then we're into a full season with Milan. Not only does winning the league again But Champions League success has to be on our mind in this season. What do the board want? I'm expecting winning it. Only the final. Considering we couldn't even win the Conference League last time out, as we've got 199 million to spend. I've got a few inquiries to do. The first one, we're meeting up with the next player of Conte. Just been at his, not latest team, but the team before. Gone ahead and got the ex-Spurs midfielder, Rodrigo Bentancur. Also ex-Juve, so he's been with Conte a lot. We are actually losing a lot of players as well, so it's making money in the meantime as we go for 2 more players. 2 fullbacks / wingbacks are pivotal to our success. So here comes the first. Ex-player Samuel Ricky. 1, or should I say 2, of 3 ex-players we're going in for. And we've actually failed to get the ex-player. I was going in for Pedro Porro. Now I'm going to stick with Dumfries. I'm going to look elsewhere, and I'm going to welcome an unusual signing here to the club. Leroy Sané is in a swap deal with Brahim Diaz to Tottenham. Plus a bit of money. That is one of the weirdest signings I've ever seen. He's going to sit on the bench for now behind Diogo Jota, going back to his left wing spot, as this team looks a lot better already. I mean, Bentancur is only the real improvement. And we've done a boo-boo as well. We've lost Konza with literally just, what, a day before the first game against Lazio. Not an easy one. And now we're a defender light. Sent him back to Fulham early with Esposito his replacement. Still a 19-year-old promising centre-half. Does he cope all right in the team? He does. Diogo Jota and Lautaro Martinez. And I've made things even more awkward with the signing we've just made. Yeah, welcome to the club, Pedro Porro. I said I wasn't going to get him because it was too expensive. And then I've just paid 120 million for him. Please tell me Porro has paid off, and oh, it's happened again. It's happened again. Arsenal FC beaten by Antonio Conte, the ex-Spurs manager. That sets us up with Liverpool in the round of 16 of the Champions League. Didn't show you that group. It looked a difficult one, and I'm glad I didn't ponder it. Also in the Serie A, top of the league, 1 defeat again, 3 points clear of the rivals. This group of players truly is special. Esposito seems to not have played. I'm guessing it's putting Van Heusen in, but I still think he could be improved, so try and nick a centre-back? With the signing of David Hacknell. I think he's the same nationality as Skriniar. I hope I'm not going too far like I did with the Conference League as well. When I say I'll see you near the final. We are going to simulate every single game in this Champions League run as we aim to win it. Never feel confident going to Anfield as well in this first leg. They've signed Cancellieri, I just saw, but Darwizzle is the one to score. Poet and I don't even know it, as we've got the game at the San Siro next up. If we can beat Liverpool, we can honestly make it to the final. Guendouzi and Darwin Núñez. Carvalho, an ex-player of Liverpool, and Guendouzi, an ex-Arsenal player against an ex-Tottenham manager. Why did I speak so soon? And I can't believe what I'm seeing. The board have sacked Antonio Conte. He's just spent over £200 million, and the Inter board have got rid of one of their most successful managers in the last couple of years. I don't believe it. Is this the first time we've been sacked in a save? He's going to have to go down. Empoli. Okay, Antonio, give us your best shot at Empoli. My days. No offense, Empoli fans, but a downgrade. The worst thing is as well, Conte could be a Serie B manager. Oh, we need to get out of this relegation zone. And when you need a team to get you out of a dangerous position, is this really the one you rely on? What a whirlwind of a season. Oh, he's kept them up. A whirlwind of a season which will stay in Serie A, from Serie A title winners to surviving in the league by a point. Antonio Conte has done it for Empoli, who's been his main player in this squad. No offense, I don't think we're going to be here quite a long time. It is Krzysztof Piatek, an experienced stalwart striker. Caprari getting involved, Liam Henderson, the Scotsman, and Ibrahima Sissoko. Okay, we've done his job, and I know Antonio Conte is here, but they expect mid-table. The team that we have is not good enough for mid-table. They want a midfielder or a forward. I thought we needed a defender. And so give us 27 million to dance with. That's not bad, but will it really get us mid-table? And signings are very difficult to do here at Empoli. I didn't even realise how bad. Trying to sell all the just reserve players. We've managed to get one player in, but he isn't a midfielder or forward. It's Rami Bensebaini from Forest. And the first game is against Inter, the ex-team of Conte. Ooh, and a 3-3 draw I'll take. And our crucial striker is Dercivoglu from Brentford. How the mighty have fallen. And we have got a thumbs up. I'm hoping that we're in the mid-table if Dercivoglu can score goals. I mean, 15th for me is perfect. Surely that gets you the interest of other clubs. Keeping this team in this division will be an absolute, just brilliant achievement. Get me another job. Ooh, and we have got one. Real Betis. Looking at their squad, they've got some decent players. Jeremy Doku, we tried to sign seasons back. Locatelli, Meslier, Moliero. Change of scenery. Into greenery for Antonio Conte. Taking over an underperforming team. 10th in La Liga. They need to be challenging for Champions League, really. And I managed to switch it around to get this out of the team. I mean, all over 80 rated. Why was the manager before not playing this? I'm being backed enough to actually go out there and get a signing. With Kuname now playing on the wing, Rodrigo Muniz will be our backup man. In fact, it's not really a backup. It's the same rating as Sasa Kilajic. I honestly think this team's good enough. Does Conte actually do it? Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, we did come in halfway through the season, but 8th position is all that we get. 15 points off Bilbao. Yeah, that has to change. What's happening in the cup competitions? Real Madrid. Don't know where we went out. Hey, I'm not worried about experience here. I think we'll do well. Malirio with 19 goals at 24. He looks a very promising player. Kalajic with the second most. I mean, I don't know how good of an impact Muniz had. Obviously not enough. A lot of unhappy players here. But we've got a full season under his belt next year. Calmly confident. What do they want of me? Champions League? Fair enough, let's give it a shot. Alongside 69 million euros. Let's go, Betis. I'm liking this board. And I'm very confident in the squad that we do have, so I think it is just one addition. Unless anyone else leaves, it is Arda Güler'in, the Turkish attacking midfielder. 2 signings at Betis and 2 from Fulham. Also worth shouting, we have Mendes back off a loan deal. Very good midfielder. Now it's the defense that we need to look at. The attack should be okay. We've got Kuname and Kalajic on the bench, but no full out-and-out right back. And I'm really enjoying this. We've done contracts swiftly and appropriately, as we've got Espanyol in this first game of the season. Come on, all the optimism is up, and it shows through with a win. And so far, we have the star, so Conte must be doing wonders. Relegation battling. What? How have we got praise? I'm gonna go with the you got yourselves into this mess, you get yourselves out approach, but how? How are we doing this bad? Players are unhappy. I'm unhappy as well. We say we rebuilt it. We've got the thumbs up, so we must have done something right. I know when you don't do enough, you instantly get sacked in this game. 6th position, so we scraped into European football. I think it is the Conference League. Espanyol and Sociedad in the final of the Copa de España. We lost in the semis to Espanyol. Gutting, as I think maybe a striker fixes it. We're still going with Muniz. And he didn't even score 10 goals. Even Kalajic scored 9. As new signing Guller has impacted the squad. And Doku in double digits on both. Malera, we need better from you. And we need a better striker. Give us some money, board. 114 million for Betis to rebuild that squad. Lovely stuff. Betis love Conte, but they're putting big expectations of a semi-final, winning the Conference League. And I think they are kind of fair. He's had a cruiser season. So we need to repay this board. And we're first going to sign a midfielder to replace Mendes, who's in the middle. We've got Maxence Kakare. Definitely not stealing another Spurs player. As joining him is the veteran Nicolo Casale. He is, of course, an Italian, now playing in Spain with Conte, hoping to lift him to the Europa League. The board's generosity hopefully repaid. We've got 29 million left, which is quite a bit. But we've made our signings, especially when Esteve is injured, and you know what injuries are like for me. Usually, they're for the entire season. And that squad looks a lot stronger already. Got to show the repaying faith, or earn it, with the first game against Girona. We're away at their place with only Muniz still up front, but it's enough for a 3-0 win. Rodrigo Muniz, Arda Güler, and Jeremy Doku. Love it. I've also weirdly not received any bids for Malaria, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Seems like we drew us next game, but all I'm thinking about is checking the Europa League group. Or conference group, is it? Of course it's conference. I'm still thinking about before. We've got Betis, Besiktas, AAB, and Farul Constantana. who I think are in the group of death last time out. I think they played a part in that group of death, as it's good in the league. We're second, only 2 defeats. Real Madrid are in 5th. We've swapped places, still 4 points in it though. And we are 10 points behind Barca, absolutely flying. How are we doing in the conference? Oh, have we beaten the Hoodoo? We have. We finished top of that group, 16 points from a possible 18. That is what you love to see. Bye-bye, Besiktas. That is a real weird one. I can't see anyone really going. Esteve doesn't fit back in this team. Diop is now captain and improved. Good on him. Can we try and squeeze another striker in, maybe? So what I'm going to do in a hopefully mastermind stroke is get rid of Estupinian. He is out the door. And bring in Malo Gusto, the new number 15. We're going to put Sanchez onto the left, Gusto on the right. He is going to be dynamite. Get us to the semi-finals. That's how we're looking. We're going to make it with these semis. I'm quietly confident, so let's see who we should get. And just like that, we breezed past Strasbourg, and I think it was Feyenoord, to meet Marseille in the semis. To be fair, it's not the easiest draw you could get. We've got a weak striker, but still I do have confidence. So dearie me. Right, we're going to do it away from home. Can we do it away from home against Marseille? Oh my days! We have blown them out of the water. As soon as you think it's done for us, we score 5 goals in France. De Vries put them 3-0 up. And then we came back with 5 goals. 2 in extra time. That, my friends, is phenomenal. We do have a final to come. The league is over. Milan, the old rivals. Let's see how we get on against these. And we win 2-1. Muniz and Gula. That is Conte getting the rubbish bin trophy of the Conference League in his arms. Fantastic. I thought we were in the Europa League for some stupid reason at the start, and I said Conference League, Europa, Champions League. Conference League is done. Maybe I manifested it. And in the league, it is a 2nd place finish. 11 points off Barca, but that don't matter. We finished so clear of Valencia anyway. Champions League football. Not even Europa, so the dream can't come true of winning the Europa League. I don't really care. Copa de España beaten in the final by Atletico Madrid. Oh, we only managed to just pull it over Osasuna to get there, but that's a hurter one. I don't know who we're going to have to watch out for next season apart from Barca now, because the other 2 did bad. As Gula didn't do bad. 24 goals, 14 assists. Moleiro, 22 and 11. 33 altogether. Doku with 29 altogether. Kalajic off the bench with 11. And Muniz with 7. That just tells you right there that we definitely need a striker in front of these talented midfielders. Reach the Champions League final. That is what the board who have been so nice to us so far expect on all these medium-rated objectives, even though they want us to win the league and the cup as well. Right, now they've got a bit too far ahead of themselves. However, 132 million is a very decent fee in the bank to try and do it with an already decent squad. Centre-back Diop's gone down, but we can replace him with Esteve. And you know where we've got to strengthen. I've said it a million gazillion times. And our big striker's coming in, but a big one goes out in Rodrigo Muniz. In size, of course, because not that prolific, as I can't wait to see the man who's going to score us all the goals. Eder Militao from Spurs again. Yeah. Gone for another defender. I'm only joking. We've got one following him. Moise Keane, who you might think isn't the best as well. Max, why have you signed a person who didn't work out at Everton? Well, it is because we want to rebuild his career a bit. He's getting a bit older. He's an Italian stallion. For Antonio Conte, who's very happy with his signing, and with the players behind him, it should work. That is our financial spending and profit margins. Love that. And no, Moleiro, you are still staying here. We're rejecting everything for you. Although I'd love the money that we got from him. 10 million's enough for the contracts that need signing up. It's not an easy start as well. Valencia will not be a walkover, but hopefully it still will be a win. We're away from home. And a 3-2 with Moise Keane scoring in the last couple of minutes. That is what you love to see, apart from the Arda Gula injury. Hopefully our physios can sort that out swiftly as the group. Roma, Newcastle, Dynamo Kiev. No easy team in that group. Although there's no big gun, no Bayern, no Man City, Liverpool. Although we could meet them if we go through, which still is a task. A huge thumbs up. So I'm guessing we actually have done it. Oh, we're top of the league. On level terms with Almeria. I don't even want to speak about how the league's going because that is just blown my mind. Champions League. Benfica in the round of 16. Ooh. Most of them teams don't look bad. We've got the ex-team in Inter in there, but Hoffenheim, Porto, Galatasaray, Olympique Lyon, and Atalanta. Then the there they are, all hiding on the other page. If we can get past Benfica, fingers crossed, we can get a couple of decent teams drawn, as we only finished second in the group as well. We didn't top it. Roma topped it, and then ended up with a Manchester City to play next. Oh, that is horrible. Real Madrid are out. Oh. My days. Bayern are out in that group. What is going on in this Champions League? Borussia Dortmund, Monaco by Spurs. Right, okay. In what should be a relatively easier Champions League, let's give it a go. Let's get going. They've got Musa, they've got Sheldrup, who must be good at this point. Luckerman was on their wing. A 2-2 draw means it's definitely all to play for. Moise Kean getting both goals at home. We actually haven't won a league game since the last leg, but we do win this. And it is another 2. All 4 scored by Moise Kean over Benfica. I can't wait to see who we have next. The board aren't happy with us now, but we should have a draw. Oh, when I was laughing at Roma. Why did I laugh at Roma? At least we started winning league games with the Estadio Beltrin to start off with. Please, Gula, I see you at that 90 rated mark. We'll have to come from behind. A massive task at the Etihad. We've done it before, but Haaland, Diaz, Foden, Betis, Moise Kean and Locatelli. We're going to the semi-finals by beating... Just go there. Don't think about it. And I'm going to check the calendar this time to see who we have next. Oh, no. The old team. I don't want to play them. The thumbs down means we must not be doing well in the cups and the league. But we've done very well in this Champions League so far. And we should be in the final. We should be in the final. Moise Kean with 2 and Doku with 1. We actually tried to look at him at Inter as well, Doku. He's here doing it for Conte anyway. We could actually do this, you know. We could make ourselves history on this channel, winning it with Betis. We've lost the game. Martinez, 1 goal, but it was 3 that we got at the San Siro that takes Betis, Real Betis. I don't want that to sound horrible when I'm speaking about them, but we've took them to a Champions League final. No, this ain't the Conference League like last time. We have missed out the Europa League completely, and we will play the rivals this time in the final, AC Milan. It's a shame we stopped the San Siro finale, and Spurs, the bottle jobs, have lost it. So, a big game here. It's going to be played at the Parc des Princes, this final there. But I want to check all around the leagues. We finished second again. This time 4 points off Barcelona. You can say it's a bottle being top at Christmas. But hey-ho. We didn't expect to win it. Almeria dropped off. We take 2 second-place finishes with Real Betis. Supercopa was won by Barcelona. We lost to Atletico Madrid as the Copa España won by Real Madrid. It's also probably what you'd expect as Moise Kean, 34 goals and 2 assists. He's been greedy, but he has to be in the poacher for the 3 men behind him. Also on double digits, we've got Gula, we've got Moliero, and we've got Doku, all over 90 rated. These 3 players have been genuinely a pleasure to manage and have made this rebuild so much easier. Long live the troublesome trio Mark II. But you know what would be even better? Going and winning this competition right here with them in the team against a big dog, which is a Conte rival. He'll be desperate to get his hands on that trophy. Absolutely desperate, especially with the team we're against. Let's go straight into it. Conte redemption arc ends here, or begins here. I mean, it could go on to do it further after this huge game. One we have to win. Littered with ex-Tottenham players and ex-Arsenal in Malo Gusto. Moise Kean trying to get his head to it. I'm guessing he's just a poacher. I'm going to try and play to his strengths. with Locatelli testing early on. What we've got to watch, though, is Charles de Keletare on the break. He almost got the ball there from a dodgy pass. But Moliero with a chance to run. What a ball into Doku. Looking forward into Gula. The three have linked up. So close with the chance. Oh, and Keane's left alone. It's over the line from the header. He's not even a tall player, but Moise Keane's redemption arc here, and Betis carries on with a goal in the Champions League final. He just has to be top scorer, doesn't he? It's gone to VAR, goal down decision system, whatever it is. I don't know what its name is, but that is clearly over the ball. The defender, I think it's Jefferson Koundé, couldn't clear it. And we have a lead approaching half-time. And I'll take a 1-0 lead still. AC just continue to attack. Malo Gusto. We have to be away with the ball, but they're wasting these opportunities. Still giving it back to Charles. Romain Cherki receives this ball short. Teze, no. Malo Gusto, man. You didn't have to go through the back. Slide around you, man. Just go around and kick the ball out. It's a terrible tackle, and the intent, well, it looks worse than it is. I wanted him to go the other side and slide away. Penalty just before half-time to Milan. It's going to be Charles against Meslier. And Milan have their leveler just before half-time. It's not what we wanted. It's Charles. It's 1-1. Got to recover in the second half. Got to do everything in our power to make sure they don't score first as well in this second half. Charles. Oh, I thought we tapped him then. Tonali is ranging one up. On strings. Locatelli's running around. They've got a gap through. What a save from Meslier. Malo Gusto blasting it down the line. And Jeremy Doku finds Moise Keane. Here he goes. The ex-Juve man. Cutting inside. Oh, it's behind everyone. Still, it finds Locatelli. Got to be a foul. Maxence Kakare to run away with this ball. He's got a little bit of a gap on this right-hand side. Doku. They can run in the middle, mate, because Maxence Kakare is going to take this a long way. He's going to put it behind Doku. Go behind you again. That's a good move. Gula. Looks like extra time if we can't find anything late on Locatelli. Gula. Moise Keane. That's a good running behind Moise Keane. He's done it in the last minute. Past the last minute of the game. It is a Champions League final to go down in history. Betis have won it. And in the last minute, Antonio Conte must have stole that trophy. The final whistle should be over as soon as he kicks it. My voice is going, but my hopes and dreams are staying. Antonio Conte lifts the Champions League, and his legacy is complete. We've gone all the way from Torino, then we went to Milan, sacked Empoli, come out of Italy, the Champions League in our third season. Champions, ole, ole, ole. What a group. What a group of lads. What a group of team. What a bunch of players. Who lifts this trophy? Is it Cassell? Locatelli. Okay, so it's fitting. It is an ex-Italian man. He spent seasons, I think, at Juventus, Sassuolo. Doesn't like AC Milan. And he lifts the trophy in the air. Here we have done it. The Spanish team winning it for the first time, and Betis, don't want to put it off to some Betis fans, of course, don't mean any offence, but winning the Champions League with this team has to be one of the biggest achievements going. Granted, they already had a good team, and we have done it in France at one of supposedly the biggest teams. We've even got out of the menu, lost the ambience, but if you have enjoyed this video, tell me what you want me to do next. I'm thinking a couple more of the free agent videos if you like those ones. I know the last one was well received. But give us some suggestions, check out the other videos, and I'll see you next time.